managers. Two of our managers.
Chastity?
Yep. And then Sissy.
Sissy?
Yep. And Oriana and Cheyenne are our newest house members.
Okay.
Nice.
So we probably should turn this mic
Turn like
this way. I think this is me and your little mic over here.
okay.
I'll be transparent.
No more Apple questions.
So it's going to go live on
So what?
Facebook and YouTube.
Okay. YouTube?
That's where we at right now.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That's really
In the future, it's going to be on more stuff. But right now,
on the radio anymore?
no, not here.
Okay.
But I could go over there and be on the radio anytime I want.
Yeah. That's what
I still got a key.
Going anytime.
But now we've been doing like broadcasts from other places.
I saw
You know what I mean? Like the mall last weekend, blah 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 here. So
it's really cool.
it's
Scared?
don't be scared. Let's pray. Come on. God, thank you for waking us up today. Thank you for another 24 hours sober. We're forever so grateful of this new life. I ask you, Lord, just to look over us and look over the women of the sanctuary and Sister Terry and all the women that have come together tonight to drive up here safely and make sure they make it home safely. But let them just relax and like we're just sitting at the kitchen table in the sanctuary, just having some friendly conversations. And we're reporting for duty, Lord, to do your work and do your purpose for us and do thy will and not our will. In your name, amen.
Yeah.
Okay. See how
Yeah.
I feel great. You feel that? That's God. You know what I mean?
Or what is it? 2 or more gathered. I need to mention the Twice Blessed fundraiser thing.
Welcome back to another episode of Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. Weekend, baby. Man, I hope everybody's having a beautiful week. Man, election has changed. The measures have been said no or yes, and we have a new president-elect. Man, I don't know how people feel about it, but I never realized how mad people get when you talk about politics. I'm just an ex-junkie, you know what I mean? Drug addict and alcoholic. I'm just starting to learn about this stuff, but who cares? But I want to give a special shout out to Tied for Second Sober Living and New Freedom Center. Beds are available. Just call 701-527-4000. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Preferred Heating and Air right here in the Bisman location and to the Sanctuary, Women's Sober Living in Minot, North Dakota. Also, I want to give a special shout out to the Zach Shack, the House of Fade, Prairie Recovery Center, and all the sponsors, the F5 Project. Shout out to Adam Martin going in front of the pardon board today or yesterday. That's a beautiful thing. And he is a pioneer for people like us that totally destroyed our lives. And now we are reborn and that old life is no longer around us. And so shout out to Adam Martin for always looking out for people like us. But it's been a great week. I just got back from Newtown, North Dakota. Shout out to Lisa Youngbear. She always gives me a shout when she has her vendor shows in the Newtown area. And we was at the Harvest Fest. My boy Jay Dobo, shout out to Jay Dobo and Bucky right now at the Four Bears Casino. Getting ready to watch that Tyson fight. Don't lose all your money, boys. But I got some special guests in the house tonight. I got the women of the sanctuary. What's up, ladies?
Hi.
How's it going?
Going good.
Who we got here? I know Carrie. That's my sister from way back. We got Carrie.
Cheyenne.
Chastity.
Tara.
Sissy.
Oriana's in the house. Well, I'm glad y'all took the drive out of your busy schedule to come here today and spend some time with us. So how's everything been going since the last time we met? Carrie?
Good. Life has been good. No complaints. I could complain, but why don't, right?
Okay. So tell the people out there listening, what is the Sanctuary?
Sanctuary is a sober living home for women. We're based in Minot, North Dakota. Basically, we're a safe, secure, structured environment for women to learn how to live recovery.
Okay.
And to be able to, learn the skills that will lead to a successful life once they do. Yeah. So
How long has the sanctuary been in existence?
2018.
Okay.
In May of 2018, Carolyn Ng opened the doors, and the first resident was welcomed home. We're still going. We're still carrying out provisions.
And how long have you been running it?
I've been there since December 28th, 2021.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's when I changed careers. Well, that's a wonderful thing. So where are you originally from, Carrie?
I'm from the Cannonball community in Standing Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. There in Fort Yates. I lived my whole life there until I moved away in 2014.
So, okay. And how long have you been sober?
Since June 25th, 2018.
Okay, congratulations. Is this the longest you ever had?
That's the only I've ever had.
Right.
I've never been able to stay sober, very long. I could try, I get sober. I would tell myself on a Sunday morning, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm done. I'm tired. And by Friday, especially if it was payday, I was going to go out for 1 hour, 2 hours, and I'd be on another one. So,
Okay. What about you, young lady? What's your name again, and where are you from?
Cheyenne Dubois. I'm from Belcourt, North Dakota.
From Belcourt.
Yeah.
Oh, the Turtle Mountains is in the house. We gotta run. How long have you been at the sanctuary, and how long have you been sober?
I've been at the sanctuary for 3 weeks, but I've been sober for also 3 weeks. About there almost.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, you're almost to a month.
Oh, I am.
One day at a time, sis. What about you? What's your name and where are you from?
Chastity, from Spirit Lake. I've been at the sanctuary for almost 6 months, and I'm coming up on a year, November 20th.
Well, congratulations. Go ahead, let him have it.
My name's Tara. I'm from Standing Rock, and I was at Sanctuary for over a year. And I just moved back home to Standing Rock on Sunday, and I'm coming up on 18 months clean, as long as I've ever been sober too.
Well, congratulations. I heard they're having meetings, a lot of meetings there, Reds Recovery, different things like that.
Yep.
Well, shout out to the people that are bringing recovery to Standing Rock.
definitely.
Sissy?
Yes, my name is Sissy, and I'm from Mandan, North Dakota.
Okay.
I've been at the sanctuary since May 7th of this year. Been sober for about 8 months.
Well, congratulations. Ariel?
Oriana.
Oriana.
I'm Oriana. I'm from Newtown, North Dakota.
Okay.
I'm 19 months sober.
Well, congratulations. So, how does it feel to be sober?
It feels pretty good. It's really different. Sometimes it gets kind of scary. In situations I don't know, just because I'm not used to dealing with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you like Carrie?
I love Carrie.
She's great, ain't she? Who else? If you don't love Carrie, you don't belong on this planet. You know what I mean? Who doesn't love Carrie? You know what I mean? Well, I'm glad that you like it. Is this the longest you ever been sober?
Yep, this is the first time I've ever been this sober.
Okay, try it, even attempt it.
I've had one attempt where I made it to 8 months sober, and I went back to drinking.
Okay. What steps y'all on? Have you been through the steps? The 12 steps, that is. Everybody is listening.
The step I have was wrong yet.
Which one are you on?
Just one with my sponsor. Sorry.
You sponsoring people yet?
No, not yet. I'm actually on step 8 right now.
Oh, you coming around the corner. How many sponsees you got? Scared.
Not,
Don't make me
not
come on
yet.
and do your inventory.
I don't have any right now, but I can sponsor.
Okay.
You had sponsors.
And tell the people out there listening what a sponsor is.
A sponsor is somebody that takes you through the steps, reads the book to you, and yeah.
Okay. All right. And do you feel that helped you?
Yes.
Someone that's been through the same thing you've been through before.
Yes.
So amen to that. So you got an announcement. We're gonna do it right now, and we're gonna do it again after a while. Carrie's got an announcement about the sanctuary and something in Minot.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, so every year we apply for a grant through the Inspiritus, which was formerly known as St. Joe's Community Health Foundation. And every year we've been granted it graciously, thankfully. This year they're going to match up to $15,000. So we're looking for people to contribute when they can. The link will be on our website. And this is our biggest fundraiser of the year.
Okay. Is the sanctuary a nonprofit?
Yes, it is. We're a 501c3.
Okay, and you have a board and all that stuff.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So anytime someone donates, that's actually a charitable donation.
Oh, for sure. And then if they wanted to do something like contribute to our endowment fund, they could do that, and they would receive like I can't remember if it's 40% write-off
Okay.
when it comes to their taxes, something like that.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
How long is this going on for?
Well, it starts today.
Today is the first day.
Yeah.
Donate $1. Anything.
They match dollar for dollar. So
Right.
if they throw in one, that's actually two. So, every little bit helps, and something that blows my mind is just how generous people are.
Mhm.
And, the first year I went up there, I think it was a $10,000 matching grant. And, I remember thinking, how are we going to get to $10,000? But we made it.
Right.
Last year we were put on the $20,000 match.
Mhm.
I didn't think we're going to make that either. We always do.
Right.
And it's because of the people, the kindness of the community that we're able to it relieves some of the financial burden in the beginning of the year.
Right.
It basically kind of covers every utility cost, admin cost, but when it comes to the extra stuff, that's where we need to focus on some funding. So
Right. From the time you stepped your first foot in that door at that house, how many women do you think you've met coming through there in the last couple years or whatever?
yeah, well, I can give you a general idea.
Yeah.
I know how many women we've served, but I've met a lot that came in, and unfortunately, they may not have been ready
Right.
and they left. But as far as
Give them a chance, though.
yeah, and,
Give someone a chance.
and the thing is they know where we're at now. And I just want to say, if there's anybody out there that has been in the sanctuary before and they feel as though they need help and they want help, we're ready for you.
Amen to that.
Yeah, so I would say total in the last 3 years, we've served at least about 60 women, that come in, and we've had upwards of 30 complete, they finish the 9 months, and
Right.
a lot of them stay longer.
Mhm.
It's always funny to me because the women come in and they say, I can give you 6 months.
Mhm.
I can give you 3 months, whatever it may be. And usually by that mark where they say that's the day they want to move out, they normally end up staying.
Right. Is there any other women's sober living houses in Minot?
Yes, there is. We have a lot of friends that are a part of the Endeavor family.
Okay.
Johnny,
Yep.
his
Like in Wofford City and Williston?
Yep.
Yep.
He opened a house in Minot, and
For women?
yeah,
Mm.
and we get the opportunity to see them in meetings, and like myself, I have a few women that I take through the steps that live there,
Mhm.
and absolutely, I love what he's doing in the community. Because the sanctuary can only serve so many.
Right.
And truth is, we're structured in a way that
Right.
matter.
Yeah, it's the real deal. Ain't,
very structured.
ain't playing no games.
And
Mm.
the thing is, it's I think a lot of times,
It works though.
yeah, it does. I shouldn't be sober.
We shouldn't even be alive.
No,
If you want-
27 years, brother.
Right.
27 years, and to be at the place where I can say I have 6.5 years just blows my mind.
Correct. So is it hard living in a house full of women in recovery?
In the beginning, for me, yeah. I didn't know how to be friends with them. I didn't know how much having a female friend in my life that felt like family, how much I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was through sober living I learned how to be, a woman amongst women, friends with a friend. It's a beautiful thing. And I think anytime you have more than a few people in a home that aren't blood related, especially strong personalities, there's going to be, bumping of heads from time to time.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, we're family,
Mm-hmm.
very much so. We look at each other and look out for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Along with that, there's something I was just going to say and it went back. Okay, so we're very much family.
Okay.
And family,
Yep.
when it comes right down to it, we have one common enemy, and that's alcohol,
Enjoy
alcoholism, and addiction.
the disease.
Yeah,
So who's the best cook?
Yeah.
her and her.
Yeah. What they cook? What do they cook that made you think that's the best cooks?
Breakfast, and she made a hot dish one time. And that's just,
Potato salad hot dish?
no, it was like a pasta.
Goulash.
Yeah,
Hey, hey, it must have been good because nobody said it was nasty. Well,
really good.
that's what's up. Do y'all do anything with the state fair, the sanctuary?
Not really. We go out there, but we haven't had any kind of we haven't set up a booth out there, nothing
Right.
like that.
I know that's the first thing that popped in my mind
Yeah.
when I thought about Minot.
Well, Independence Inc. does a thing every year, like a get to know you kind of thing where all of the local nonprofits and organizations, they get together, and they basically, you set up a table and you answer any questions that the community members have. They have giveaways, raffles and stuff, and it's coming up soon here. I can't tell you the date right off, but it's coming up soon, and I look forward to that every year. So,
Do you keep a full waiting list?
not so much.
No?
No. We have beds open right now.
You heard it. If you're listening right now and you got a cousin or your cousin's got a friend that needs to get into a woman's sober living house, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. They got beds open.
Yes.
I mean, that's a rare thing around here in Bismarck.
Yep.
And I could say that for people that's listening is like, do get on the waiting list though. You know what I mean? Do get on the waiting list. And if anybody out there is thinking about opening up some more houses in the state of North Dakota that people could be in a safe place, do it. Because they got people that need it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just my personal experience from what I see and hear. But they definitely need more space for people to save their lives.
Yeah, for sure. So we have like a list that's generated, right?
Mhm.
We have a list, and a lot of the times, unfortunately, people change their minds. They get there.
I've had that.
As soon as they hear about the 9-month commitment. And the thing is, the 9-month commitment is placed because it's been proven. It's been proven that somebody who stays in like a sober living home structured as ours is, as Home Manners is,
Mhm.
they have a way better chance, like 75%, 80% chance of staying sober long term once they
Right.
leave. Because when you practice something for so long, it stays with you.
Mhm.
You know.
Yep, I do know.
Yep.
It reactivated something in my brain. I can tell you that. And rest in peace, my brother Brian. But I remember he was like, "Boy, you didn't learn how to do chores before." I was like, I was in the military for 7 years. For real. But yeah, shout out to Hope Manor. Shout out to the Sanctuary. Shout out to Tied for Second. All the Serenity Bridge. Shout out to Serenity Bridge, man. Lane and them. They're doing some good stuff over there. So what led you up to wanting to change your life, Kerry?
Well, the first go around, I'll be honest with you, I only went to sober living because I was homeless in the wintertime.
Well, that's smart. You still had sense.
It sucked. Excuse my language. It sucked. But when I finally made the decision, I had left sober living. You remember that. I mean, I left sober living thinking I had this thing figured out. They taught me enough. I'll just take whatever I've learned and do that from wherever I end up. And thing is, I had no plan. I didn't have a place to stay. And I just kind of relied on the kindness of other people to take care of me very selfishly,
Mhm.
And I ended up in June of 2018, early June, I ended up stranded in South Dakota. And
I remember that. And the gas station had a weird name because I've seen it.
common sense.
What was the name of that gas station?
Common sense.
Okay.
They're coming to me like, how do you do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was able to get back to North Dakota, and I don't know, like, you know, like how they say with addiction and alcoholism, there's that strange mental twist that gets you out the door to use or drink. Well, this felt like a strange mental twist that took me closer to the solution to recovery. And I just remember calling Hope Manor and asking them if I could come back, and then getting an application and sitting in what's called ACS. It's like a-
West Central.
yeah, West Central. And I was sitting there filling out application for Hope Manor, telling myself I ain't going back there because they're so structured. And I was so delusional that I was telling myself that it wouldn't work for me, you know. But on June 25th, I was allowed to come back, or I asked to come back, and they approved my application. I came back as long as I had money to pay some of my fees that I owed.
Yep.
Because I left owing money.
Yep. I remember that too.
Yeah. And I just remember that was the first time in my life I held on to money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't willing to spend it to miss out on this opportunity, because I experienced a little bit of it. You know what I mean? I felt what it felt like when you have freedom. And I just remember telling myself as I walked through those doors that day, I'm going to do whatever they tell me to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take suggestion. I'm going to be open to criticism. I'm not going to pick a fight over things, you know. And I wish I could say I held myself to that standard because I was very moody. But I just remember knowing that my life was going to change.
Mm-hmm.
And it did. Like, besides being alive, you know, today I'm going back to school. I'm going to school full time, hopefully to become a nurse.
I can see that.
Thank you. I'm in the healthiest, most nurturing relationship of my life.
What up, Steve?
Hopefully he's watching. But he's not feeling so good today, so hopefully he feels better soon.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Steve.
Yeah. And I have relationships with my family that I thought I'd lost.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what made you want to get your first day of sobriety? Well, how did it happen?
I guess basically by just being an alcoholic, really, and just damaging my body and my mind and my spirit. You know, I really did. And I was pretty homeless too before I come here, actually. But I'm glad I'm here. I really love it. But this ain't my first time being sober. I was actually sober for 2.5 years, 10, maybe 11 months ago. And then I fell off. But I went through some things and I had a hard time letting it out. And I just went to the wrong way of it. I deal with it. So
I had a family member, a friend. My mom was there before.
and my sister-in-law, Jara, she was actually there, and I was reaching out to her for help. I was reaching out for help for a while, actually, but I had nowhere to go, so everywhere I was going, I just kept using it.
Right.
I mostly drank. I was drinking my life away. I basically did what I was trying to do, you know, and
Didn't want to live like that anymore?
I didn't want to live at all, is why I was drinking, you know, but yeah, I needed this place, and you know, everything happens for a reason. I'm here for a reason. I'm right where I'm at for a reason, you know.
Amen to that.
Lost all my relationships with my family back home. And family's everything to me.
Right.
You know, like our parents died in 2021 in the same year. So we basically had to grow up overnight, you know, like we depended on them a lot. Well, I did anyway as the baby, but yeah, so that's what I really didn't have nobody to talk to, so I just fall off, you know. So I fell off and drinking got the best of me. I'll admit that, but I'm glad I'm not drinking, you know. It's just,
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible person, man. I black out. Don't know if I got beat up or anything. Or
Right.
just, like, you know, wake up in stupid places or don't know what I did, or just glad I never hurt anybody, you know, when I'm blacked out, or just thankful to be here today.
Well, I'm thankful you're here too.
Thanks, man.
Keep doing your thing. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Love it. Hard shy girl.
So how long have you been sober?
I've been sober almost a year.
Congratulations.
And
So what-
days she'll have you here?
5 days. Somebody's getting a cake or a cupcake or something. But that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I still got all my coins
Yeah.
from the Disney. Like I even got my meeting card still in my wallet from 2018. It was July 5th,
Yep.
2018, I think.
Yep.
On mine. Well, yeah, when I got asked to leave. But they don't even say that. They don't even say that though. They just say, "Here you go," and lock the deadbolt. but what led you up to your first day?
I guess I was just tired of being tired, just being out there and struggling every day, and just it was tough because I ended up going to jail, so which led me here, but I'm really thankful for that. I'm glad where I'm at right now. I'm thankful for Carrie and everybody here.
You're a lawyer recruit, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Attorney.
Whoever your attorney was,
Yeah.
thank you, attorney. Well, I'm glad that you're alive.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Thankful.
What about you?
Well, I was in and out of these rooms since I was 18 years old, trying to stop and going to treatment, in and out of jail and treatments. And this fourth time, I ended up getting indicted, and thankful that I did, because those last times I went to treatment, I didn't know what a sponsor was or those steps. And then coming to the sanctuary is what showed me what a sponsor was and the steps.
Amen to that.
I just gotta say something real quick. From day one, Tara was determined. She knew that she had a higher power in her life, and she took every single step that was suggested. She came to us in a blizzard. I told her she could wait a day. It's better, and she's like, "Oh, I'm on my way." I was like, "Okay."
I mean, that's real though. You know what I mean? She was like, "I'm coming."
Yep. And she's missed. She's got a personality that we miss in the house.
Yep.
We're glad to see her tonight.
Yeah,
Right.
shows up.
So how long has it been since she left?
So we barely like
Sunday, I left Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to go back?
Yep. Go back and visit, yeah.
She's from where I'm from, so I'm really excited to see what she does there. She's got the tools and the whole spiritual toolkit, and she's got some knowledge as far as how the programs work and stuff. So I'm excited to see what she does with them. So, no pressure.
Well, we're proud of her.
Thank you.
And me, I just got tired of living like that, just that lifestyle, and just doing the same.
Did you go to treatment?
Yeah, I went to treatment actually at New Freedom Center.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that your first treatment? Or you?
It was my fourth one.
Okay.
Yep.
Had you ever went to sober living?
No, this is my first time going to sober living.
See, one thing that stuck out when Carrie was speaking earlier, she said that you'll have a plan. Just those couple words right there. And that's what I like to tell people when I go speak at treatment facilities, is that get a plan. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have a plan, even if you do have a plan, it's got to be a strong plan. And ask yourself, like, okay, this is my third treatment. Where did I go wrong on my plan? You know what I mean? And so sober living is the greatest place on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying one's better than the other. All of them is the greatest place on earth to come up with a plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I found that out from my personal experience, even though I had to I had to think of a plan fast. But but I'm forever thankful for Hope Manor, the hub, everybody.
Yeah.
What about you, young lady?
I was homeless. I was dealing with some mental health issues from the drinking I was doing, and then my grandmother and I were fighting a lot. She'd had me at her house a lot, and while I was homeless and stuff, and it just caused me too much for my family, and then for me too, for my mental health. So I decided I wanted to change my life somehow. And at that point, I didn't even know that sobriety was the answer. I just said I'd try it.
Came to us, she was just over a year sober.
Okay.
Months past a year, and that's a thing too. You know, like there's times when people leave and they have a plan, things are going good, and then something happens and they need to find some place to go. Now we're not a shelter,
Mhm.
you know, we're not a homeless shelter or anything. You know, like those are definitely necessary, but we are first and foremost sober.
Mhm.
And when she called me and said that she had been sober for a while, but she wanted to stay sober,
Mhm.
that was the thing that caught my ear. You know, like, all right, come on up.
So if a person wanted to get into the sanctuary, how much would they have to pay a month to live there?
It's $500 to live there.
Okay. And what does that cover?
It covered, well, that helps pay the bills of the home.
Okay.
We have this fundraiser we do, and that covers a portion of it, but in no way does that cover the whole year.
Okay.
The cost for running it far out
Exceeds.
exceeds. Thank you. Words are hard. But it exceeds what we get from
Right.
so which we appreciate very much. Fees, the $500 a month.
Right. Do people buy their own food?
Yep, they're responsible for their own food, and that's the thing. Like with sober living, that the model that we came up in, right?
Mhm.
It's all about being self-supporting and
Right.
not taking.
Responsibility.
Yep.
Yep. I used to get mad when I had to go get my groceries from the food pantry,
Yeah.
and the little vaping 20-year-old guys were ordering pizza. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was like, man. But you know what?
Yeah.
It all gets better after that.
Yes.
I couldn't wait to order a pizza.
Right. But,
But what else is the sanctuary doing? Any events coming up? Y'all doing anything for like the holidays
Well-
within the community?
Well, every year, during the holidays, like on Thanksgiving or Christmas, the house provides the meal. You know, the women cook it, they all participate in it. We have a local church, Presbyterian Church in Minot, that donates presents for all kids of the residents. We have some women in the community that anonymously, Jesus. I don't even say this word. Anonymous donate gifts for the women. Yes. Those are some things we have coming up.
What are some things y'all may be in need of? Do people donate clothes for women when they first get there?
Yep.
And then most of the time, none of us have anything. And so, do people do that often, or is this something that's always needed?
Well, I can't say it's always needed, but there's times when women do come to us with nothing, with just the clothes on their back. Because sometimes they come from jail. We'll put the word out on our Facebook page, the Sanctuary Sober Living for Women,
Mhm.
and within hours we have women dropping off clothes, shoes, hygiene products, stuff like that. And as far as the immediate needs for the women, we could always use hygiene products.
Hygiene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just specifically for women.
Yeah.
And what else? We have some things that need to get taken care of around the home, but those are more like a financial donation need.
Right.
Like we had a tree almost come down during that really bad windstorm when the bad fire was going on
Yeah.
up north. We had a tree that fell into another tree, and we have a house pet. We have a dog. Her name's Honey. And I was out walking her, and
That was going to be my next question if y'all had a mascot.
yes, we do. She's cute. And she's loved by everybody. All these, I gotta talk about her for a second, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
So what is she?
she is a Yorkie.
Okay.
She's gonna be 3 human years on the 17th. I talk about her like she's my own kid.
Well, how many
So,
how many dog years is 3 human years?
21 or 20. No, she's gonna turn 4. She is 3 now. So she turned 4, so she'll be 28.
Oh.
She's definitely the baby though. Like before she came, she's been with us for about 1.5 years now, almost 2 years. And right before she came, we had a group of women in the house that kind of got along, but there was a lot of tension. There was a lot of, like I said, strong personalities,
Mhm.
and it's not always as cohesive as it is at the moment.
Mhm.
But before she came, it was very, very tense most days. And she gets there, and within about a week, people are laughing and looking forward to coming home and excited to see her. And it was just a complete 180. And I just remember just being so grateful for the fact that, like these women were now talking to each other, and all those things that are reasons that they had to either not like each other, not talk to each other, it's like they melted away. So there's something to having a pet, there's something to having that emotional support from an animal. And I'm grateful every day. What was I talking about before that? I don't remember.
Running a sober living house. Do you think for someone thinking about starting a sober living house, do you think it's hard to do?
I would say,
Or is it not hard but challenging and it's not easy, put it that way?
definitely not. I was very fortunate. I was basically like, I inherited what was already
Right.
there,
You stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for that because everything was in place, I got there and I was able to get accustomed and used to the women that were there at that time. And I'm very grateful to those women because they kept the place open after Carolyn passed away. And if it wasn't for those women, who knows what could have happened at that point, But I would say it is the most challenging yet rewarding work I've ever done in my life. Before I came to the sanctuary, I was at another nonprofit, and I got the opportunity to work with the youth and community and business here. And I loved that job, absolutely loved that job. I didn't think it could get any better, And then I was asked to move to Minot, and I just remember thinking to myself, I don't think I can get a storage unit. I'm not going to go. I got a storage unit within 24 hours.
Right. God always provides.
Yeah, definitely. And I just remember thinking to myself every morning, because Judith was the one who mentioned it. And I just remember thinking every morning when I woke up, I'm over to Minot. And I did. So I was very fortunate. Everything was already there. Now, it didn't come easy. Judith, I believe Judith, Megan, Carolyn, Serena, those were the first four that were mainly involved with the move out there. But by opening the sober living home, and I think the reason why it happened the way it did at that time was because it was so needed there. They didn't have any sober living homes, at least not for women at that time. And the Power of the Purse, which is another nonprofit in the community there, that community, that circle of people reached out to Judith and asked for help. And Judith helped, but she already had her Hope Manor going on at the same time. She was helping Jamestown Open House.
Shout out to Firm Foundations.
Yes.
And Jamestown Men and Women's House.
Yes. But Carolyn stepped up to the plate and moved back to Minot, which is where she was from, and she wanted to help the community that she had done some damage, and I guess you would say. And yeah, I think that's the lost my train of thought.
What were some of the funniest times you remember? Any of y'all can answer this since you've been at the sanctuary. And what were some of the low times?
Low times are up there, like when people leave suddenly.
Yeah, I already knew that's what you was gonna say. I remember the first time that happened when I was in sober living, and I was locking doors, opening windows. I didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I mean? It was weird because like you felt it.
Yep.
Like somebody just got killed or passed away or something.
Yeah. When well, it wasn't necessarily directly related to the house, but when we lost Dan, that was a tough time because a lot of the women that were in the house at that time knew him and we loved him.
Right.
Had met him. And he's missed.
Right.
You know how it is.
He ain't the only one that's missed either.
There's quite a few. And unfortunately, that happens. That happens if you're sober a while and you've been doing this thing for a while. Unfortunately, you go through total life funerals.
Yep. I'm tired of going to them.
I know myself too. Like I'm tired of the black dress that I had.
Right.
I used to love having black dresses, and now today it's like I don't want to wear them.
Right. So, what is one of the happiest times you could think about?
I think for me, this is just personally, is hearing the laughter when we wake up in the morning and you can smell the cooking and people are teasing each other or joking around or talking about something. And I have bad hearing, so like there's a lot of times like I think I hear things I don't like
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like those are probably my favorite times. Every so often we have game nights.
Mhm.
Those are a lot of fun. Trying to think, movie nights. Like to scare. Apparently, a bunch of scaredy cats like to get scared, so we watch
Right.
scary movies. I'm like, no, I'm
Got it.
away. Look how the dog sleep with me.
That's funny. Well, that's what it's all about, though. Coming together as a family that we're not alone, right?
Yeah.
So,
Something else too. This last summer, a donor donated enough for us when we went to the Spiritist retreat.
yeah.
When we went to that, she, donated enough for us to be able to go to touristy stuff.
Yeah.
Went to Crazy Horse,
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore, Bear Country, and then we also got to go to Black Hills Caverns.
Mhm.
Whoa, that was tough. I'm old.
Yeah.
It's like 100 feet underground.
Oh, the wind caves?
Awesome. Yeah, it was Black Hills Caverns. It was called,
Okay.
and it was fun.
It was fun.
Until I couldn't breathe.
Right. In a cave? Under the ground?
Yes. I cannot believe how humid it was.
Yeah.
I should know though, because I've been before. but
Right.
That was before all
I'm
the.
gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it was a good time. Sounds cool.
Anybody got anything they would like to talk about? You got any shout outs?
I do. I want to give a shout out to my brothers that are my brother and my family for putting up with me whenever I was drunk, sober, and I love you. I love you. Love you too. Thank you.
I have a shout out.
I just love you. One more.
Okay.
And to my son that I love him and I love him with all my heart. Actually, he's my everything. But I also want to give one more shout out to Belcourt. I realized that there's a lot of us getting sober again, and that's what's up. There's a lot of us, and I like that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
Yeah. I have a shout out to my sponsor, Tony. She said she's going to be watching. Love you, Tony.
Love you, Tony.
Love you.
Anybody else?
I always have shout outs.
Yeah, go ahead, Carrie. And then after you finish your shout outs, you can talk about the
fundraiser.
the fundraiser.
So right after that, I gotta thank Hope Manor, right?
Shout out to Hope Manor.
Without Hope Manor, none of this would be possible. I want to give shout outs to all the women that came before that made this even possible. I've got to give a shout out to Res Recovery.
Yeah.
That's the
Woo, woo.
yeah, Margot,
Jenna.
What's up,
Yeah.
dude? What's up, Dugan?
Boo Boo, Ron. I think
Ron.
yeah. And they're doing something down there that I never thought was going to happen. 'Cause that's where I'm from. And I just remember I was at Hope Manor about a year or so, over thinking to myself that I wanted to take what we were learning there back home, but I had no clue how to do it.
Mhm.
And then one day I see online, Margot was talking about doing something. I was like, yes, that's awesome, right?
Now look at it now.
And then along with that, Chelsea Luger
Yeah.
from Good Road Recovery. She's got a group of us that are from Standing Rock together to put on a conference down there. And we just did our second one this last year.
Mhm.
Good
So I
turnout.
have shout outs to them and of course my family.
Mhm.
I love them and they never gave up on me.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
And I'd never give up on you either, sis. Me and Carrie were in Hope Manor. We kind of got sober at the same time, but we never knew each other. Well, the Sanctuary in Minot, North Dakota, Sober Living for Women, they're doing a fundraiser right now that helps them with their yearly costs. And tell them what it is, Carrie.
It's called the Twice Blessed campaign. It's through the Inspiritus Foundation out of Minot, North Dakota. The link will be provided on our webpage. We'll also have some interviews coming up with past residents, current residents, and managers. Jennifer HK from Texas, she's our social media manager, and she will be doing those. So we're excited to see, and we're very grateful to speak to the community and anybody that pitches in and helps out. Just want to thank everybody in advance.
Well, thank you, Carrie. Well, I want to thank y'all for coming and taking the drive up here. I'm very proud of you all, and everybody out there watching is proud of you and rooting for you as well. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another episode of Sober Talk with Brothers Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby. Now, I want to give a special shout out to Tied for Second Sober Living, New Freedom Center, all the sponsors, Prairie Recovery, F5, everyone that shows love to Sober Talk, thank you very much. And tune in next week for another special guest on Friday nights.